You can't put a limit on anything. The more you dream, the farther you get. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. Get busy living or get busy dying. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Money and success don't change people. They merely amplify what is already there. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Not how long, but how well you have lived is the main thing. If life were predictable, it would cease to be life, and be without flavor. The whole secret of a successful life is to find out what is one's destiny to do, and then do it. In order to write about life first, you must live it. The big lesson in life, baby, is never be scared of anyone or anything. Sing like no one's listening, love like you've never been hurt, dance like nobody's watching, and live like it's heaven on earth. Curiosity about life in all of its aspects, I think, is still the secret of great creative people. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. The unexamined life is not worth living. Turn your wounds into wisdom. The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain. Do all the good you can, for all the people you can, in all the ways you can, as long as you can. Don't settle for what life gives you. Make life better and build something. Everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to do the work. I live by that. You grind hard so you can play hard. At the end of the day, you put all the work in, and eventually it'll pay off. It could be in a year. It could be in 30 years. Eventually, your hard work will pay off. Everything negative, pressure, challenges, is all an opportunity for me to rise. I like criticism. It makes you strong. You never really learn much from hearing yourself speak. Life imposes things on you that you can't control, but you still have the choice of how you're going to live through this. Life is never easy. There is work to be done and obligations to be met. Obligations to truth, to justice, and to liberty. Live for each second without hesitation. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Life is really simple, but men insist on making it complicated. Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. My mama always said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. What's your thoughts? They become words. What's your words? They become actions. What's your actions? They become habits. What's your habits? They become character. What's your character? It becomes your destiny. When we do the best we can, we never know what miracle is wrought in our life or the life of another. The healthiest response to life is joy. Life is like a coin. You can spend it any way you wish, but you only spend it once. The best portion of a good man's life is his little nameless, unencumbered acts of kindness and of love. In 3 words I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. Maybe that's what life is, a wink of the eye and winking stars. Life is a flower of which love is the honey. Keep smiling, because life is a beautiful thing and there's so much to smile about. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. This is the ideal life. Life would be tragic if it weren't funny. Live in the sunshine, swim the sea, drink the wild air. The greatest pleasure of life is love. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. Every strike brings me closer to the next home run. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. When I was 5 years old, my mother always told me that happiness was the key to life. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment, and I told them they didn't understand life. Too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears. I believe every human has a finite number of heartbeats. I don't intend to waste any of mine. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. If you live long enough, you'll make mistakes. But if you learn from them, you'll be a better person. If you can do what you do best and be happy, you're further along in life than most people. We should remember that just as a positive outlook on life can promote good health, so can everyday acts of kindness. Don't limit yourself. Many people limit themselves to what they think they can do. You can go as far as your mind lets you. What you believe, remember, you can achieve. If you're not stubborn, you'll give up on experiments too soon. And if you're not flexible, you'll pound your head against the wall and you won't see a different solution to a problem you're trying to solve. Identity is a prison you can never escape, but the way to redeem your past is not to run from it, but to try to understand it and use it as a foundation to grow. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs and the square holes. The ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but the only thing you can't do is ignore them because they change things. They push the human race forward, and while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. It had long since come to my attention that people of accomplishment rarely sat back and let things happen to them. They went out and happened to things. Throughout life people will make you mad, disrespect you and treat you bad. Let God deal with the things they do. Cause hate in your heart will consume you too. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Life is a dream for the wise, a game for the fool, a comedy for the rich, a tragedy for the poor. When one door closes, another opens, but we often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the one that has opened for us. I have learned to seek my happiness by limiting my desires, rather than in attempting to satisfy them. The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he is not. Happiness is like a butterfly. The more you chase it, the more it will elude you. But if you turn your attention to other things, it will come and sit softly on your shoulder. When it is obvious that goals can't be reached, don't adjust the goals, but adjust the action steps. There may be people who have more talent than you, but there's no excuse for anyone to work harder than you do. And I believe that. Don't be afraid to fail. It's not the end of the world, and in many ways, it's the first step toward learning something and getting better at it. Life is very interesting. In the end, some of your greatest pains become your greatest strengths. I think if you live in a black and white world, you're gonna suffer a lot. I used to be like that, but I don't believe that anymore. I don't believe in happy endings, but I do believe in happy travels, because ultimately, you die at a very young age, or you live long enough to watch your friends die. It's a mean thing, life. You're only human. You live once and life is wonderful, so eat the damned red velvet cupcake. A lot of people give up just before they're about to make it. You never know when that next obstacle is going to be the last one. I believe you make your day. You make your life. So much of it is all perception. And this is the form that I built for myself. I have to accept it and work within those compounds, and it's up to me. Take up one idea. Make that one idea your life. Think of it, dream of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea, and just leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success. There are 3 things you can do with your life. You can waste it, you can spend it, or you can invest it. The best use of your life is to invest it in something that will last longer than your time on earth. You're not defined by your past, you're prepared by it. You're stronger, more experienced, and you have greater confidence. We become not a melting pot, but a beautiful mosaic. Different people, different beliefs, different yearnings, different hopes, different dreams. You cannot control everything that happens to you. You can only control the way you respond to what happens. In your response is your power. Don't allow your past or present condition to control you. It's just a process that you're going through to get you to the next level. You will meet 2 kinds of people in life. Ones who build you up and ones who tear you down. But in the end, you'll thank them both. You will meet 2 kinds of people in life. Ones who build you up and ones who tear you down. But in the end, you'll thank them both. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive. And to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. You choose the life you live. If you don't like it, it's on you to change it, because no one else is going to do it for you. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. The way I see it, every life is a pile of good things and bad things. The good things don't always soften the bad things, but vice versa. The bad things don't always spoil the good things and make them unimportant. I enjoy life when things are happening. I don't care if it's good things or bad things. That means you're alive. There's more to life than basketball. The most important thing is your family and taking care of each other and loving each other no matter what.